In this video, we're going to talk about collecting fonts. Now, in our particular website, we are not going to use any fonts other than those already installed in our system, but just in case there are some of you out there who want to use some different fonts, maybe want to grab a font off the internet and don't know how to do that, we're going to go ahead and show you how. So let's go ahead and start by opening up a web browser, and let's see, I'm at 3D Buzz. Let's go ahead and check out Google, the ultimate resource for searching for anything. Google.com, and what we're going to do in Google is just simply type in, there's some of the other stuff we've talked about before, so let's do fonts. And what we get is several sites, and all of these are great sites. I mean, I've been to 1001 free fonts. Fonts.com is a very large professional site if you'd like to buy very popular professional fonts. Download free fonts at Acid Fonts, wherever you want to get them is fine. I'll just start with the very first one, which is 1001 free fonts. And you simply just search through here. Of course, all we have here are letters of the alphabet. Let's just choose any random letter, something that probably has a lot of things like S. Now, here you go. You have examples of all of these fonts and the name. And admittedly, a lot of the fonts you're going to find on this particular site are, they're good for titles, and they're probably not the kind of thing you're going to type an entire block of text out of, but they're still good to search through. You can still find some nice little gems in here. So
be careful when you're looking at fonts. You can find some things that are really tempting, but that would be really hideous on your website.
And it may take some trial and error. You may want to do a little more research into typography and why you would choose one font over another, like why you would have a serif font versus a sans serif font and things like that. But we're going to keep it simple. We can't really turn this into a massive wide design / typography class. So all I'm here to do is to show you how to acquire and install a font off the internet. So here's this basic Sonder font. It's nothing too flamboyant. And again, I'm on a Windows machine, so I'll click on the Windows link, and we get our little window here. It says sonder.zip. Now remember, we installed WinZip earlier on in this video, if you didn't have it already. So we can open zip files. A lot of fonts that you download off the internet will come in a zip format, so keep that in mind. Instead of saving this to disk, let's just go ahead and open it, and I'll be using WinRAR, but that's fine. It's just another unzipping application, and here we go. Now on Windows, for the most part, you're going to be using TTF files. That stands for True Type Font. Now, how do you install this? Where do you put this on your computer so that you can access it?
Good question.
That is the question. To do this, very simple. We're going to click on Start, move up to Run, and here inside the prompt we're going to type. Now this may be different on your machines, probably not. We're going to type in whatever drive Windows was installed in, so that's C:, and we'll do \, and we'll go into Windows \fonts and press Enter, and we are given the folder inside of our Windows installation that houses all of our fonts. Now here's how hard it is to install a font. Watch this really closely. We drag it from the zip file into the folder. And look at that, installing font. You might have seen it. Maybe you'll go back and pause the video because it's a really, really fast process. It only takes just a second. And that's it. We're done. We've installed that font. The work is finished.
It is yours.
So we can close this. We can close this. And now if we go back over to Photoshop, we don't even have to restart Photoshop. We can just go ahead and grab our text tool. We're already working at 75. Now come down to our font list. And as we scroll down, all the way down to the S's. Do I see it? There it is. Sonder, right there. That's the one we just downloaded. So now we can type things like our name and maybe Rob's name and things like hello world, all sorts of stuff. We have all sorts of things we can do now. We have a font. I mean, that's all there is to it.
You can add it to your layout.
And you can grab any number of fonts off the internet like this. If you're going to use copyrighted fonts, make sure you grab them from a site and you buy them. Just try to maintain copyright laws at all time. And I think that's really going to handle it for this video. Again, we're not using any special fonts, so there's no need for us to go on a big font hunt. We're just going to use what's already on our machine. So that will wrap it up for this video. Thanks a lot.